From the blazing sun, scarcity of water, and venomous scorpions, traversing the desert can come with many dangers. One of the most unexpected phenomena are the dangerous sandstorms. With violent winds making visibility difficult, the coarse sand particles could even get into your lungs and damage your eyes. In the world of the Transformers, quite a few of these robots in disguise can go by the name Sandstorm.
Okay, sure. You showed me, buddy. Now I'll show you. My dust!
I'd like to thank my patrons and my channel members for your continued support. Consider becoming one, or purchase some merch. Links are in the description below. Expanding from the ranks of the Decepticons, Blitzwing and Astrotrain, the Autobots earned their own triple changers in 1986.
Pinned down one time too many by Astrotrain and Blitzwing, the Autobots build their own triple changers.
Autobot triple changers battling the triple changers of the Decepticons.
One of which transformed from a Sandrail dune buggy to a Sikorsky SH-3 Sea King helicopter to robot and back. With an orange and black color scheme, he was given the name Sandstorm. In his bio, as written by Bob Budiansky, Sandstorm is the Autobots' risk-taking reconnaissance bot, taking joy into getting into dangerous situations. Sandstorm likes to live life on the edge. With his trusty Sandblaster gun, Sandstorm can traverse the roughest terrains in his dune buggy mode, and his helicopter mode could blind his opponents as he whips up clouds of dust and sand. Sandstorm's only fear is that the war might come to an end, and he'd have no further useful purpose. Sandstorm was initially going to make his debut in the Season 3 opening episode, 5 Faces of Darkness Part 1. Accompanying Blaster and Sparkplug in search of the Decepticons in hiding, Sandstorm would have been seen using his Sandblaster gun to take down Dirge and Ramjet with blinding dust. Unfortunately, this scene was changed, swapping out both Sparkplug and Sandstorm for the Autobot Outback. However, an origin for Sandstorm was given in the episode Fight or Flee. Ages ago, during some of the various conflicts between the Autobots and Decepticons, a group of Autobots fled Cybertron in search of a world in which they could live in peace. Establishing the colony of Paradron, the descendants lived on this energon-abundant planet with a common belief in pacifism.
We don't believe in fighting. You know what the ancients taught us, Sandstorm? Fighting only begets more fighting.
Unfortunately, this utopia was brought to an end when Cyclonus and Scourge unintentionally crashed on Paradron and called forth the Decepticons to conquer it.
Before a society can move forward, all must agree on the rules. Now, Neo!
Voiced by Jerry Hauser,
Welcome to Paradron, friend!
the brave and adventurous Sandstorm escaped the clutches of the Decepticons and met up with Rodimus Prime and the Autobots on Cybertron. Joining in their ranks, Sandstorm convinced his people to fight for their freedom and their lives.
The Decepticons are using our energon to destroy. Believe me, our forefathers would take up arms and fight.
Although the scene was cut from the finished episode, the script revealed that the Decepticons had transformed Paradron into a mobile fortress, leaving Rodimus Prime no choice but to order the planet be destroyed to stop the Decepticons.
That'll destroy the entire planet.
I know, Sandstorm, but if the Decepticons get this planet, every other planet in the universe is vulnerable.
Sandstorm then accompanied Ultra Magnus in placing a bomb on the planet's energon pools.
I've never seen anything this beautiful in the entire galaxy. All right, give me the bomb.
Although their world was destroyed, Sandstorm and all of the Autobots of Paradron found a new home back on Cybertron.
It's as beautiful in death as it was in life.
While this episode served as an introduction to Sandstorm, it aired later on in the season. This created a bit of confusion chronologically based on earlier episodes.
What's the food here?
Yeah, looks like the usual slop, high and static. Stuff always gives me surges.
For 20% off, what are a few surges?
Righto, let's go.
As I've covered previously, Fight or Flee would had to have taken place prior to the events of the episode Thief in the Night, where Sandstorm accompanied Rodimus Prime to investigate the theft of famous monuments. Sandstorm would later befriend the Decepticon triple changer Octane, who was on the run from Galvatron.
He said I'd never be welcome back in the ranks of the Decepticons.
Showing off his skills in his various modes, Sandstorm even used his ability to kick up dust in helicopter mode to create a cover from a Decepticon attack.
My dust!
That's my dust!
Fading into obscurity, Sandstorm did not make any further appearances in the US cartoon.
No two ways about it. You gotta do something about your popularity.
He did, however, help his fellow Autobot triple changers in the Japanese exclusive series, The Headmasters. Sandstorm's only appearance in the US Marvel Comics was as a background character on the Ark among the Autobots fed up with Grimlock's leadership. To reconcile where he had come from, Sandstorm made prominent appearances in the stories exclusive to the UK. Recruited to be part of the Autobots' Extreme Resistance Unit, the Wreckers, alongside fellow triple changers Broadside and Springer, Sandstorm was able to live in the excitement of battle as the Wreckers took down various threats on Cybertron. After dealing with Galvatron, Cyclonus, and Scourge's attack on a small town on Earth, Sandstorm, Broadside, and Inferno were sent back to Earth to gather information of the planet's terrain. After dealing with the threat of an alien firebug, the trio most likely connected with the Autobots aboard the Ark. Unfortunately, Sandstorm's thrill of adventure came to an end when he joined back up with his fellow Wreckers and was killed while battling Galvatron. After G1 ended, the original character has largely been forgotten about, but his name was reused over the years numerous times to keep up the name trademark. The first instance was in Japan as part of their subline, their Operation Combination in 1992. A redeco of the Combaticon Brawl, this Decepticon Sandstorm could combine with his team to become Battle Gaia. In the accompanying TV magazine story pages, Battle Gaia battled his nemesis, Guard City, and the other Autobot combiners until he was blown to pieces. Further details for the Combaticons will be a discussion for another day. In Generation 2, another Decepticon version of Sandstorm was planned as a redeco of Ramjet. Unfortunately, this figure was ultimately cancelled. In 1997's Machine Wars toy line, a redeco of the European exclusive Rotorstorm was sold as a new version of Sandstorm. In 1999, a BotCon exclusive redeco of Beast Wars Scorponok was sold as a Predacon version of Sandstorm. This Sandstorm was a noble Predacon covert ops commander whose quick thinking and fair judgments earned him the respect of both Maximal and Predacon alike as he brought them together to battle against a tyranny that inhabits Cybertron. As told in the accompanying BotCon comic, this tyranny was the villainous Shokoract, a dark Predacon that acquired the power of Unicron. Sandstorm's real identity was a Cybertronian warrior named Scorpius that was part of an ancient group dedicated to stopping Unicron known as the Covenant. Using the alias of Sandstorm, he joined Shokoract as one of his heralds, all the while gathering allies to resist him. This allowed Scorpius to get close enough to Shokoract to destroy his dark cloak. Unfortunately for his betrayal, Scorpius was destroyed for his actions, but it was not in vain, for without Shokoract's defenses, the Covenant and their allies managed to destroy him, and in turn prevented the return of Unicron. In 2002's Transformers Armada, a new Decepticon helicopter was given the name Cyclonus. In Japan, however, where the series was called Micron Legend, the character went by the name Sandstorm. His upgraded form in Superlink was even named Snowstorm. The details for Cyclonus will be a discussion for another day.
Now it's time to play!
In 2010, as part of the live-action film series subline, Hunt for the Decepticons, a redeco of Transformers Legends Beachcomber was released as a new version of Sandstorm. In the following year, a second version was released as part of the Dark of the Moon Human Alliance toy line. Partnered with Nest Soldier Private Deadcliff, Sandstorm transformed into a Nest dune buggy and mobile gun platform. In the Align continuity, the 2011 Exiles novel mentioned Sandstorm as the pilot for the Cybertronian pirates, the Starseekers. This crew was planned to make an appearance in the third season of Transformers Prime, but those plans were changed with the coming of Beast Hunters. However, a G1-styled Sandstorm did appear as one of the many Cybertronians exiled in the series finale of 2015's Robots in Disguise. In homage to Sandstorm's Machine Wars figure, a redeco of Dark of the Moon's Skyhammer was released as a BotCon exclusive in 2013. In the accompanying BotCon comic, this Sandstorm was actually a clone of his G1 counterpart created by G-Axis in an attempt to conquer Cybertron. The comic also retroactively made the actual Machine Wars figures to be an army of Sandstorm drones. While there have been these various new versions of Sandstorm, his G1 self was not completely forgotten, as he's made some appearances in comics and with new toys. In the Dreamwave comics, Sandstorm was part of Springer's unit back on Cybertron that transformed into a Cybertronian rover vehicle. After Shockwave had taken command of the planet, the one-eyed Decepticon experimented on both Autobot and Decepticon to copy Blitzwing's abilities as a triple changer. Given both a dune buggy and a helicopter mode, Sandstorm, along with the other triple changers, were commanded by Shockwave to attack the Autobots and Decepticons on Earth. Unbeknown to Shockwave, Sandstorm was part of an Autobot underground resistance unit as he freed Optimus Prime. Unfortunately, Sandstorm was killed by the Battle Chargers before Prime could regroup with the others. Ignoring the UK stories, the Regeneration 1 comics continued where the Marvel Comics left off. As part of the Wreckers, Sandstorm helped liberate the Earth from Megatron's tyranny. Although injured by Bludgeon's, Sandstorm later helped bring peace to Cybertron under Rodimus Prime's command in the War to End All Wars. Taking cues from the Hunt for the Decepticons figure, the Revenge of the Fallen Dune Runner figure was redecoed as Sandstorm in 2012 as part of the Generations toy line. In 2013, Sandstorm was once again a triple changer, this time a heavy retool of Thrilling 30 Springer as he transformed into a dune buggy and a VTOL aircraft. In the IDW comics, Sandstorm played a relatively minor role as a member of the Wreckers, usually fighting alongside Springer. He would eventually upgrade his body to match the Generations figure as he continued to defend Cybertron until the war's end. Unfortunately, this was rather difficult on Sandstorm, who had once loved action and adventure. When a series of murders in the Decepticon slums caused Optimus Prime and Windblade to investigate, they found Sandstorm in a Decepticon bar, unwilling to help find the murderer. As it turned out, Sandstorm was indeed the killer, as he wanted to punish those Decepticons who had committed the worst atrocities during the war. This forced Optimus Prime to capture him, as he was kept in prison for many years. Starscream would eventually give the Triple Changer the opportunity of freedom if he were to eliminate the Dinobots. After executing Slug, he almost killed Swoop until he was convinced of a greater threat to Cybertron, Bludgeon, who had taken control of the Decepticon Titan, Trypticon. Reluctantly teaming up with Sandstorm, the Dinobots managed to free Trypticon of Bludgeon's control, as the Dinosaur Titan roasted the villain. Sandstorm then saw new purpose to his life as he and the Dinobots defended the protoforms within Trypticon. In recent years, some of the various versions of Sandstorm have all received new figures. In 2020, a Generation Selects redeco of Earthrise Ramjet finally released a G2 Decepticon Sandstorm that some fans have dubbed Captain Darude. In 2022, a redeco of Kingdom Scorponok with a toy-styled head brought Scorpius, aka the Predacon Sandstorm, back as a Walmart exclusive. And finally, in 2024, as part of the Transformers Legacy United toy line, the original G1 Sandstorm returned as a triple changer. No longer a redeco or retool of another figure, this Sandstorm featured details present on his original G1 toy, including his battle mask over a cartoon-styled head. While it may be confusing with all of the various takes on Sandstorm, these desert-themed Transformers certainly bring on a sense of adventure, despite all of them having relatively minor appearances in media. However, as the storms dissipate and our eyes begin to see some clarity, There is a lot of excitement to see whenever any of them are around, especially for the Paradronian native Autobot triple changer who is always up to make the Decepticons eat his dust.
It's time we fought for what we believe in. Our freedom, our planet, our lives.
But what do you think? Which version of Sandstorm is your favorite, and should there be more stories told of any of them? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you like this video, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe. I have many more Transformers videos like this coming soon, so stay tuned. And as always, until next time, till all are one.
Why did you tell us they were Decepticons? If you had, we would have been interested earlier instead of later, which would have been better because earlier is always better than later.
Is there something wrong with his timing program?
That's just the way he is.